Hurricane Irma is killing people and destroying buildings as it cuts a swathe through the Caribbean. The Category 5 storm is the second powerful storm to hit the region in a fortnight. This one is set to be even more destructive than Hurricane Harvey, which killed 60 people and caused hundreds of billions of dollars in damage. Anne Barker has the latest.
That's the sound of what some reports say is the most powerful storm ever recorded in the Atlantic Ocean. With winds up to 295 kilometres an hour, Hurricane Irma has already caused devastation across parts of the eastern Caribbean, destroying homes, flooding streets and wiping out communications. One of the island's worst hit was St Martin, where the eye of the Category 5 hurricane passed over early on Wednesday. Amateur video shows palm trees bent sideways and ferocious seas as monster winds all but destroyed the island's famous airport next to Maho Beach and flattened buildings and hotels.
Oh my God! Look at the hotel upstairs smashed up. Oh my God, look.
Residents posted on social media to tell the world what they'd been through.
It was one of the wildest experiences of our life.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, here in St. Martin, everything is destroyed. We're going to show you a couple of the rooms. Here's a door that was blown through.
On neighbouring Anguilla, residents like Ramsey Smith were bunkering down, waiting for the moment of impact.
We're about to get the storm. Got the house boarded up. Game on. Shrapnel flying.
So far, 4 people are confirmed dead, several on Barbuda, where much of the island's infrastructure has been destroyed. Prime Minister Gaston Brown toured the worst-hit areas a few hours later.
The extent of the destruction in Barbuda is unprecedented. From my observation, having done an aerial survey, I would say that about 95% of the properties would have suffered some level of damage. They would have lost at least a part of their roofs. Some have lost whole roofs. Some properties have been totally demolished. It is absolutely heart-wrenching.
There are casualties too in the French West Indies, where the death toll is expected to rise. France's President Emmanuel Macron says he fears the worst.
Il est un instant où je vous parle.
It's too early to give any final figures, he says, but I can already tell you the toll will be harsh and cruel. There will unfortunately be casualties to report and the material damage is considerable. The powerful storm is expected to head further northwest in the coming hours. On Puerto Rico, residents were ordered to stay indoors until the hurricane has passed. And on Haiti, many communities are still recovering from last year's Hurricane Matthew. One Australian aid worker based there, Ascension Martinez from Save the Children, says poverty and deforestation have left Haitians particularly vulnerable.
Haiti is the poorest country in the Americas and just 11 months ago was battered by a cyclone. We're advising, what everyone is advising, is get food in, get your essential documents into an airtight plastic bag. You know, if you lose your documentation, you lose your land title, your birth certificate, all of these things, you've got nothing. So getting things into airtight bags, having them safely stowed so that they would be above any floodwaters.
Hurricane Irma is tipped to reach the US mainland at the weekend, with a possible landfall in Florida, where already schools have closed and residents have been ordered to evacuate. Florida Governor Rick Scott says his state is bracing for the worst storm in 25 years.
Hurricane Irma remains a dangerous and life-threatening Category 5 storm with winds of 185 miles per hour. The storm is massive, and the storm surge is predicted will go for miles. This is a massive storm. In some instances, it could cover homes and go very far inland.
As powerful as Hurricane Irma is, not all reports can be trusted, with stories of fake news and hoaxes flooding the internet. In one post, a map that's gone viral appears to show Irma following the same path as Hurricane Harvey and heading straight for Houston in Texas.
Anne Barker reporting.